I'm Lisa.
I'm Rich P.
We're girls, we nerd out, and we are live as fuck. You should follow us on all of the usual places. And you can email us info@thenerdout.com. We got a website, we put show notes there, and we are available on the always amazing Word to Your Mama Network Collective. And I'm here with Ritzy. Yeah, and we are live. Ritzy, what is happening?
We are streaming live. We're live streaming. When you listen to this, if you're not here, no one's here. It's just us so far.
Yeah,
we're
no
on
one's here.
Twitch and we're on YouTube. We have no overlays, no special effects, nada. We literally just like let's do it. But when you listen to this, know that we are streaming live on
Yeah.
YouTube and Twitch. We'll
So
see if anyone
something-
comes in.
Yeah, if something weird happens, just remember that's something weird might be happening.
Last time, was it the last time or the last time
Yeah,
before last
I think
time?
it was the last time. Yeah,
we were we were live streaming on Twitch and had no idea until someone started asking
Showed up.
questions. We're like, I was like, is that you? Are you asking me a question right now?
Yeah,
Amazing.
pretty funny.
Amazing.
Pretty funny. Yeah, technology. As you can see, I have changed the background from what it usually is, which I'm still in the serial killer basement, guys.
Yes.
Don't panic. But now I have the wood paneling behind me with some art instead of like a big empty closet. So, I'm just dressing it up a little. I need like a banner or something behind me.
It looks a little less held captive basement, a little less. Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. Yeah. All right. Well, that's for you. That's for you. I have lots of things to talk about. So let's get into it. As most of you guys know, we like have a shared note document. And so, Ritzy, why don't you kind of kick us off? Because it looks like maybe we have something worth talking about.
Yeah, well, first off, I just want to say what up to our fan, our mega fan that has been with us since before it was Word to Your Mama, and it was strictly just the nerd out, Donna. That we
Hey,
always
Donna.
don't know how to pronounce her name, even though it's spelled Donna.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's because it's only one N.
I don't know. You definitely want it to be Donya.
Yes, that's why. One in. Hola,
Yeah.
Donna. And then we nerd out about a bunch of different things. And I am an emerging tech strategist. Ti works in this field that I'm about to talk to as well. We both work in emerging tech, kids. We both work in emerging tech. And I am launching a 3-week workshop called Real Talk AI. I just launched it. I don't know, depending on what time you listen to this, we have an early bird pricing, but it's 3 weeks. It's 3 Saturdays starting March 21st. It's 2 hours, about 90 minutes instruction, and then like Q&A. But it's different from other. Most are like 40 sheet prompts for your business, and this is not that. This is, what is AI? What does it do? What can and can it do? And then week 2 is ethics, copyright, environmental impact, stuff that people don't talk about, but I know people in our scene, because Ti and I, we met in the music industry. So we have a lot of friends that are impacted by AI in the music, in entertainment. That's actually something that they was on the table during the strikes, what they were negotiating. So that's very important. So that's week 2. And then week 3 is practical and safe ways to use it. And it's in community. Spots are filling up already, but I wanted to have something special for the nerd out because we don't get to do these. And so it was great that it kind of like went at the same time. Is if you put in code nerd out, one word, nerd out, because early bird pricing ends March 7th. Anyone that's listening, watching, you can use nerd out, and that's going to give you early bird pricing all up until the day before. So you can use nerd out, and it's going to give you $195 off, which makes it only $100 for the 3 weeks. And if you're like, who are you? Like, who gives a F if you're, no, it's because I'm an emerging tech advocate, and I've been a diversity emerging tech advocate. And so I've spoke at the UN about this type of stuff. I just was in December, I was at the congressional briefing for women of color and blockchain. And this is what I do, guys. And because I'm building with AI, I definitely wanted to dive in and make sure what's out there, what's happening. So I'm always keeping abreast of like the latest and greatest, but I wanted to have something special for the nerd out folks. So the nerd out code, and there'll be a link in the show notes. You just go to ritzyperiwinkle.com/real talk AI. That's it.
Amazing. That's so cool.
Thank
Yay!
you.
That's so cool. I
Yay.
love yeah, uh-huh. I love that you have that. That's great. Right on. Well, may we have many nerds who attend, and I don't know, maybe I'll attend. I could always learn something.
That
I've
would be great.
I have I have spent literally this entire week, like, all I've been doing is been in multiple different AI platforms working on some things that I've been putting off forever because I've been in like meetings and it's just somebody speaking at you for like hours. And so you kind of have some time to like multitask. I
Right.
have gotten so much done. I have learned so much. It's been really tremendous.
Yes, yes. So yeah, excited and definitely, excited to have you, Tia. So I think this is gonna be TV show movie heavy because we're on the cusp. We're right there a couple of weeks before the Academy Awards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
we
what do we
can.
want to get to? TV first?
Why don't we start with movies?
Let's do it.
Strangely enough, I have seen a ton of the movies that are Oscar bait and or Oscar worthy. And I kind of wanted to run through those and then
See,
call out some ones that I really would like to see prior to if I could. Um
see.
Kind of looking at all of the ones that I have seen, my favorite one
Mm-hmm.
is totally Sinners. Like, is it best movie? I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Like, I thought it like kind of the more I think about it, the more I liked it.
Mm.
Um, Ranger Ted did not really care for it, but I think he just hasn't thought about it. So Sinners, if you guys haven't seen it, like this is so up our alley. It is mystical forces. It is music. It is like it's culture. It is so interesting. I loved it. I've seen it 3 times.
Oh,
Um,
3 times? One in
yes.
once in the theater?
Once in the theater and twice at home.
Damn,
So
Ti,
yeah.
I don't think you've ever in the history of us doing the show, I don't think you've ever done that or mentioned that you've done that.
Yeah, I mean maybe like once in the theater and once at home, but
Whoa.
I've been with people who hadn't seen it and I'm like, "Pull it up.
Ah,
We're going to watch it." So, and it's fun to watch things again through other people's eyes. So yeah,
right,
that's kind of my
right.
favorite. My other like second favorite is probably Train Dreams, which is
What's that one?
it's this sort of melancholy, beautiful elegy to life in the Pacific Northwest 100 years ago, maybe a little more than
Mm,
100 years ago. And it's like, somebody, he's a logger and he meets a woman and they build a home and there's like loss and happiness and all of these things. I thought it was a really beautiful movie. Like the cinematography was great. It's based on
mm,
a short story. So I really loved that. Like
ah,
when you want to see something that is like slow and beautiful and meaningful and makes you think about it
mm,
afterwards, I would go there. Um,
mm.
we really liked Hamnet, which is the story of William Shakespeare and his child who died. Um, Thought that that was really great. Amazing costumes, great acting, um, and really cool. At the very end, they have like a reenactment of a Shakespearean performance back in ye olden days. And, it's cool seeing like, "Oh, this is the Globe Theater. This is what it looked like. This is what
Right, right.
people are interacting with the actors. They're like, 'Boo!' when, like, bad guys do something." And, like, what did practical effects look like up on stage? So that was kind of my favorite part of it. Frankenstein,
Wait,
beautiful.
wait, wait. 1 second,
Yes.
because I haven't seen Hamnet yet. It's I
Yeah.
wanna see it before the Oscars,
Yeah.
before the Academy Awards. Did you bawl? Because everyone that's seen it was like, "Oh, I was bawling." in the
No,
theater?
I bawled in Train
Mm.
Dreams and Ball and
Oh,
Hamnet. Mm-mm.
wow.
Like it was
Interesting.
there was like it I was impacted by it. I hate the word
Mm,
impactful. I was impacted by it, but
right.
it wasn't like a full on like, maybe I got a little maybe teared up a little bit.
A little
But like
chopping up little onions,
yeah, but
chopping up the
nothing
little
they were
onions.
not it was not like rolling down the cheeks style. There's no
Right.
gnashing and renting of garments.
Okay.
Frankenstein, beautiful, but ultimately a little hollow. I don't know if you
Right.
saw it. Like I
I
love
did.
everything that Guillermo del Toro does. He's amazing. But
Gorgeous, like gorgeous
gorgeous.
costumes,
Yes.
details,
Yes.
gorgeous. The finest creature ever in
Yep.
Frankenstein history to me.
Yep. Yeah. It was all great. It was, it was sad. It was epic. It was this, it was
Mhm.
that. Um, and probably the most like book faithful Frankenstein that I've seen, although I think I've only seen like 2 or 3. And one of
Mm,
them, to
mm,
be honest,
mm.
was the Mel Brooks one. So, you know.
And I think, as a lot of these movies, like you mentioned Sinners, I liked it, but I didn't love it and haven't seen it multiple times. I don't need to see it again. Like, but it's such a cultural thing. But the more I watch interviews, I love this season where it's actors on actors, directors at the table, da da
Yes,
da,
yes.
and just hearing his story and how personal it is to him and the history and what a great job they did with, you know, the being historically correct of that
Mhm.
time and stuff like that. Like then I'm like, oh, okay, and I just kind of like, Issa Rae. I want them to win every. I just want one black to win everything right now in the
Yeah,
state of the world we're in.
yeah.
But it wasn't. I'm with Ranger Ted. It wasn't my favorite.
Uh-huh.
Sinners wasn't my favorite, but Frankenstein as well. Seeing like the behind the scenes and the details of what what she was wearing, how it mimicked the creature and like the
Mm,
details and stuff, but then also hearing Guillermo del Toro talk about it and how personal it is for him, and he's Mexican. You're like, oh, that's why it's like that. It's like
yeah,
novela. It's like so melodramatic, and you're just like,
yeah,
oh, that makes sense. And you're
yeah,
just like, oh, it's beautiful. It's cool.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was great. I would say then my next favorite, also watched by Ranger Ted, and he did not hate it, was K-pop Demon Hunters.
I love it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty great.
It was was it tough getting him to Ranger Ted to
No,
watch it?
it was
Oh,
like some rainy weekend morning, and I put it on,
perfect,
and
perfect.
he sort of wandered through and was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, do you want to watch the movie that's gonna win the Oscar for the best animated, feature of
Please
the
believe
year?"
it.
And
Right.
he was like, "No." And I was like, "All right, well then don't." And then but then he got intrigued, and, the rest is history.
Hell yeah! It's so good. You know who hasn't watched it is your nephew, the Supernatural Bear. He like refuses because he keeps hearing so much about it. He's like on
Yeah,
principle,
I
but he
get it.
knows the songs because I play them and I sing them, and we
Yeah,
talk about it all the time. And because he's also part Korean, I was like, this is
yeah,
your story, this is your heritage, this is your people's, your
yeah,
ancestry. So I
yeah.
just think I wasn't gonna watch it, and then I went to Austin last year for something, and I started watching it on the plane, and I was, like, hooked, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What? This is gorgeous. Why am I tearing up? Why is this so impactful? Why are these songs with me?" And yeah, it is gorgeous. I can't wait to watch. I think I've seen it twice. Yeah, that's something I'll watch again.
Okay, okay. I might watch it again. I don't know, we'll see. Um, and then I would say Begonia, which I wanted to like and just thought was a little it was fine. It was just kinda like, we probably got, like, halfway through it one evening and and we turned it off to go to bed, and Ranger Ted was like, "That's weird." And I was like, "Yeah, that's kinda like that yeah, that's kind of it. That's weird."
So you guys didn't finish it?
We did, we finished it,
Oh, oh,
but
oh.
actually, I think it was just me that finished it. It's too weird for him.
'Cause that's your is
Um,
it weird seeing yourself? Because I always
yeah,
think of
it
her,
is
I think of you.
it can be weird. Yeah, uh-huh. Although
I
she shaved her head, I guess.
love I forget his name, I had it at the tip of my tongue. that did the
Jesse Plemons?
score.
Oh, the score. Uh-huh.
That did the score. He always works with Homeboy, with Yorgos. And you know what? What's fast? Because I was just like, if it didn't have the score, I don't think I'd be that into it. Like I was so like, oh,
Ah.
I love, no spoilers, but I love like the ending and I think the only reason why I kept watching it was because of the score. It like pushed
Uh-huh.
me along. Like it was so epic in a place that didn't look like that, right? And
Yeah.
what was fascinating to me, because of course I nerded out about this movie, and I was like, "Oh, people should watch it. Like, it's interesting how it plays out." And the thing about Homeboy, Yorgos gave him he didn't let him watch it. No script. He gave him 5 words and he came up with that epic score. He gave him 5 words.
Wow.
He gave him spaceship. He gave him your twin shaved head, Emma
Uh-huh.
Stone's shaved head.
Uh-huh.
Um and I forgot the other words, of course, right? Because my perimenopausal brain, but he gave him that, and that's what he came up with.
Huh. That's pretty great. That makes
So
me want to go check it out again a little bit more and maybe like just listen for the music.
yeah, it really carried. I was watching it on my computer to be, to keep it fair, like with headphones and
Mm-hmm.
while I was doing things. But I was like, there's been a lot of movies that have been coming out that I don't even finish. And I'm like, I
Oh,
don't even care. Like, I
I want to
can't.
hear about some of those. But
You know what I mean? But
first, we have to talk about my least favorite of the Oscar movies that I watched, One Battle After Another.
we agree. We agree. We
There's not
agree.
many of us. There's not many of us. I've met a couple
I
other
know, because
people.
why is that? They just was like, who do you want? Just recently I saw something, they were talking on the red carpet, like, who do you, they're like, one battle after it. And I was like, what?
It's like,
What?
did we see the same movie?
Exactly. There was a pacing thing, there was a
Yeah.
story thing, but
Uh-huh.
also that little snippet of Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro, I wanted the movie to be like that.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
and I want to know more about him. I want a movie just on him, on Benicio del Toro's character.
Yes. Yes.
You know what
Agreed.
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I had
Who I want to be yours.
I had a I had some friends who I was like, I guess you should check it out. It's like really everyone loves it. I'm like the only person I know that doesn't like it. And and so they're like, okay, cool, we're gonna put it on tonight. Like we're texting back and forth. Like 15 minutes later, they're like, we lasted 8 minutes. I was like, yeah. I mean, you just
Yeah,
got 3 hours of your life back.
right. There was
Yeah,
some great acting, but like, and then it
sure.
was like pauses of like Homegirl, you know, I can't think of her name, of course. The daughter, she's great.
Uh-huh.
She's
She was great.
fantastic.
Yeah, she was great.
Leo, of course, he's gonna give it.
Yeah,
Benicio kills it. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Courage, courage. Like it those are great. But as far as like pacing and it being what people are saying, we are in the minority. But a lot of people in my circle, some people that feel the same way. We were just like, what?
It
This?
f it felt like, like when something's really try hard and it's like trying
And so
real hard to
that
be
that
like
part right there.
so something and like to me it's just like I don't know, just it didn't have authenticity. It just felt like a try
Right,
hard. I wasn't into it.
right. There was just like for me, it was like a couple of moments here and there, but then other than that,
Yeah,
it's probably gonna win a bunch of awards,
it's
either
probably
or.
gonna
It's
win
already
everything. Always, yeah. Uh-huh. Yep, of course. That's how it goes.
right.
So yeah, those are all the ones I've seen. There's plenty that I haven't seen that I'm hoping to see. I want to see Marty Supreme. Have you seen that?
No, and I have no desire to.
Oh, I didn't until people I know here who also didn't really have a lot of desire to see it saw it and like walked out and they were not like Timothy Chalamet fans. They were like a movie
Right,
about
right,
ping
right,
pong. And
right.
they came out and they were like, the sun rises and sets on Timothy Chalamet. It's such an
Oh.
amazing movie. And I was like, okay.
S- Someone that I trust that feels the same way about One Battle After Another and about Sinners
Hmm.
saw the movie and was like, you could skip it. And I was like, cool.
Okay.
And I love me some Timothée Chalamet. Like, I
Hmm.
love him. But I don't want to see that movie, and I don't want to see the one he was in last year, the singer dude.
Oh,
Was
the
it-
Bob Dylan movie.
Did you see that? I didn't. I have no
No,
desire.
no,
None.
that caused a bit of a schism in my marriage. Because one of us saw it and really liked it, and one of us didn't see it. So I might still like it. You never know.
Right.
I also want to see Weapons, which
Me too.
is the kind of like thriller, psychological horror. Yeah, that just sounds good. But I tend to I do most of my movie watching on the weekend on weekend evenings. And then it's
Mm.
also like, do I want to get really amped up from having watched that? And then be like,
Right. Right.
but I really want to see Sentimental Value.
Me too. I've heard nothing
That
but great
looks
things about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks
Yeah.
great. And Song Sung Blue, although it took me forever to realize that it wasn't like a biographical film about Neil Diamond. It's out about a Neil Diamond cover band. Okay. All right. Did not know that for a while. And then If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. So will I be able
Oh
to
my
get them all
God.
done? No.
I can't wait to hear what you think of If I Had like I'd Kick You. I have been ever since I saw that movie,
Uh-huh.
I've been telling all my mama friends. Like, and
Ah.
we feel that mothers, non-mothers, but especially partners,
Uh-huh.
you know, of the people that had that birth or the main caregivers
Mm-hmm.
need to watch this movie to get a glimpse. Like these are extremes, but we all were like, "Yep, got it. Totally. Uh-huh.
Huh.
For
Okay.
sure. Oh, I've been
Okay.
there." Mhm. Like it's kind of weird and crazy, and then, of course, the reason why I knew about it was cuz
Oh, really?
Conan, my favorite, Gem of a
Uh-huh.
Ginger. He's
Uh-huh.
in it. And I was like, "How is he in it with
Oh.
ASAP Rocky
Yeah.
and Homegirl?" Like, and I was just like, "She's so good." And I was just so anyways, I'm excited to see what you
Okay.
think about it.
Okay,
But
good. Yeah.
it hit us pretty hard.
Okay. Well, those are on my to-do list. We'll see how many of them I get done before the Oscars.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you seen any other Oscar movies that have not been mentioned?
No, and I failed to make a list before today. I can't think if I have. I was surprised to see Begonia. Like it wasn't even on my list, but I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's you. That's your doppelganger." And Jesse Plemons, he's like so
He's
good in
great.
everything that
Yeah.
he does. So, yeah, I thought she was fantastic. She's
Yeah.
always
She's
fantastic in
always
it.
pretty
She was
great.
great in it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Huh. The only other movie that really stands out that I've seen, and I saw it in a theater, is Send Help, the latest Sam Raimi movie.
Oh,
Um,
I don't know anything about it. Let me look it up while you're talking about it.
it is a story about a woman who is, and gosh, you're gonna have to remind me of her name when you look it up.
See, see,
Um,
see.
she's like a sort of overlooked secretary-ish type person at a company who's like been overlooked and trying to like climb the corporate
Rachel
ladder.
McAdams.
Yes. And she like throws herself into this so completely. And she's kind of like she's so cringe, as the kids no longer say. And so she's like super cringe and like, oh my God, like so uncool. And then she is working with like the bros at the company who like come in, and
Uh,
she's like, and it's like a terrible power dynamic. And then there is, spoiler alert, a plane crash, and she is stranded on a desert island with one or more of them. See, I'm gonna look out for spoilers here, people. And then like what goes down. And
hmm.
it is like it's just it could have leaned more into commentary,
Uh-huh.
because it's right there with like, sort of men and women, and like even sort of class,
Mm.
and kind of like the big overarching like ending of it. Like he could have leaned into it and made it a little less of a Like I think they tried to kind of market it as a horror movie. It's not a horror movie. Like there's a couple like blah jump scares, but not like it's gory. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like they could have done more. I don't know if I would have liked it if they had, but I
Right.
found it super enjoyable. It
Oh,
like the ending or the almost ending is hilarious. The ending is fine, but the almost ending, like 15 minutes before the end of it, something is introduced that like I laughed for like a solid 5 minutes about it.
oh
It was
wow.
so funny. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was super fun.
I'll put it on my list. Sometimes you
Yeah.
need like, easy breeze. You need
Yeah.
easy breeze.
Yep.
Right.
This would be that. Yep. So yeah,
Great.
I think those are all the movies, or at least the movies that I've seen that have really stuck out in my head.
Yeah.
Um, what have you been watching on the smaller screen?
What is today? Today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sunday, we just wrapped
Oh, it's
the
also
fourth.
420.
Oh, 420. 420. Burr, burr,
420.
burr, burr. We wrapped season 4 of Industry. That fucking show. It is the best show ever. I love it so much.
You have loved it
And
since Jump.
I've loved it when nobody was watching it. I
Uh-huh.
loved it when nobody knew who those people were.
Uh-huh.
Before Jon Snow, before Kit Harington. No. I exactly. I don't know why that does that, but that's hilarious. Maybe because it goes to all the places.
Yeah.
We're talking about the chat, guys. We're
Yeah,
learning
guys,
how this
chat's
works.
chat's blown up, guys.
I put one thing, it goes 4 times. It goes 3 times. I don't understand it. But Industry, man, like I've been nerding out. I'll watch it and then I'll listen. They don't have an official podcast, they have an unofficial
Okay.
podcast. So it's one no notes. And then I watch other things where the actors are on, and the director, creators, writers are on. It is fantastic. It's also crazy how they have to write it, film it, and then put it out to us. It is so timely. Like it
Huh.
talks about the times,
Uh-huh.
like it's a mirror of the times. So it's
Hmm.
going to be interesting. They just got renewed for the 5th. It's going to be the final season.
Okay.
So super excited. We might have, my friend and I, where we like watch it religiously, and we're like voicemails and all these things about it, and we talk about it all week because it's like so in us. We're thinking about maybe doing for next season a podcast on the side
Oh.
right after each episode. Like that's how much we love it,
Oh.
because we've
Okay.
seen like she listens or watches this podcast, and I forget their names. It's 2 white women, but they come from like, traders and being in that
Mm.
scene. And
Mhm.
I was like, I don't need to watch them. But then no notes. They're 3 dudes. One's an actor. I don't know what the other 2 dudes, but I like their insights on the characters.
Yeah.
But we're the Latinas. We're the Latinas that are watching this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I love it so much. So
Okay.
Industry just finished. I'm currently loving The Pit. You haven't started The Pit, huh?
No, I'm almost done with the first season.
Thoughts?
I heard somebody say that Dr. Robbie embodied the female gaze, and I was like, yes. Like men look at the Chris Hemsworth of the world and they're like, "Oh, he's hot." Women look at the Dr. Robbies of the world and go, "Oh, he's hot."
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty great.
Like a
We've
little broken,
a
real
little broken.
kind.
Yeah, broken enough that like there's probably
Broken
some
enough.
demons and like you kind of want to fix him.
Yeah.
But like mostly a pretty like well-adjusted dude, especially given that job. Like
Ugh.
a friend of mine is a nurse, Stormy, her real name.
Oh, is he
And I was
up in
like,
Washington, right?
yeah, and I was like, "Are you watching?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "Why not?" And she said, "I've just heard that it's too close." And
That's what
no.
everybody says. I
Yeah.
follow, well, when I was on TikTok, I followed people in that are emergency doctors and nurses,
Uh-huh.
and they got invited to this last premiere of The
Uh-huh.
Pit because they talk about it and they're just like, "Yo, it is so on point."
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, it's really like I'm this sounds so like this is almost embarrassing to say, but like I feel like I learn things about medicine
No,
every
I say that all
time.
the time.
Like
Like
that can happen or oh my gosh, that's what you
right.
do when that happens and like things like
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
Or like just hit like real fact historical things like, oh, Black Americans helped to start the ambulance thing, like
Yes.
the emergency response. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know.
What? Yeah.
Rocka and the Supernatural Bear didn't know. Like nobody knows. And I tell them that, so I was like, you gotta watch this show, dude. Like it's amazing.
Yeah. It is the kind of show that I do have to avert my eyes at times.
Sometimes, sometimes,
Yeah,
sometimes.
not a lot. The funny thing is, IRL, like I've been in situations where people have like cut their bodies open and like you can see bone and whatever, and I'm like, all right, let's get to work. Doot, 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 doot. But like watching it on TV, I'm like, "Ugh, no thanks.
And tell me if you feel this way. It's not a stressful show. I'm not stressed. They're in stressful situations,
No.
but it doesn't make me stress. If for some reason it's like Law and Order SVUs or Law and Order, like it calms me down. I've
Yeah.
rewatched. I've rewatched. I'll
Yeah.
rewatch that episode. I'll just have it on because it makes it's my real good feel good for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Well, I think that it's like it's fast paced, but it's not frenetic. It feels
Yeah.
instead more like it's little vignettes. And that
Yeah.
they continue over every episode, like, "Oh, yeah, what was
Right.
going on with that person?" And so it doesn't feel like, oh my god," and, like,
Right.
the camera work isn't, like,
It's a
frenetic.
play. It's a
Yeah,
play. That's
yeah,
why
it's
I
like a
love it. Like it's
play.
a play. And
Yeah,
and the bear stresses me out. The bear stresses me out when they're in the kitchen and it's just like
yeah, yeah,
and the camera action and the cuts
yeah,
and the music like that stresses me out. But this because if, for those who don't know, every episode is 1 hour of that day. So last
yeah,
season was literally just one day, and then we fast forward a little bit now, and then it's the same thing. It's 1 hour of the day. So it's just like there's a calmness to it, and
yeah,
because it is like a play, and yeah, no, I love it. I'm so happy that you're
yeah,
on the
yeah.
pit bandwagon.
Yep, the acting's great, the characters
Mhm. Mhm.
are very real, and yeah, I think that it's great. We've been enjoying that a lot, and we are this close. I think we have 3 episodes to go before we are finishing The Sopranos. The first time for me to watch it end to end, it's like the fourth time
Uh.
for Ranger Ted because it's his favorite show. So, but it's the first time I've watched it end to end, and, I know because anybody who is, like, alive and over the age of 15 when this show ended knows what the ending is because
Right,
people
right.
were and it's so funny thinking about this, like, I don't know when the ending was, like, 15 years ago or something? People were pissed.
So
They were
pissed.
so mad about the ending, and so, like, I already know what the ending is, so I can't be all that angry. And
Right.
I'm curious to see how it feels for me to see the ending and, like, am I
Oh, yeah.
pissed? Do I feel like they ended it poorly? Did I feel like it was a good end?
Right.
So, yeah, that'll be
So
interesting.
so the next nerd out, you'll let us know how that played out for you. Because
Oh,
also
yeah.
you're seeing it so how many more years later you have another
Yeah.
context. The show was in another context. It was another time.
Yeah.
So I was talking about The Sopranos recently with Raka, and I was like, "Do you remember we dressed up?" That doesn't sound. He's like, "That doesn't sound real." I go, "We dressed up. You put on your suit. I wore heels and a skirt and a whole thing. We ordered Italian food and we watched the finale."
Uh-huh.
He's like, "No." He's like, "I don't believe it." I go, I have pictures somewhere. I have pictures
Uh-huh.
somewhere. I couldn't find the
Mhm.
pictures, but yeah, like it was such a cultural moment. It was
Mhm.
such a thing, like
Yes.
the final,
Such a thing.
so
And
yeah.
I saw an interview recently with, the guy that plays Christopher,
Mm.
and, I don't even know how it came up, but they were like, "Do you think that, like, would the Sopranos, would the people in The Sopranos, like, would they be Trump supporters?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, every one of them." But then
Totally.
the guy, what is it, David Chase, the creator, they asked him the same question. He was like, like probably, maybe, I don't know. He's like, Tony would have thought that he was totally full of shit. And I was like,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
thanks, Tony. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, well, that's good to know about Tony. So we're almost done with that, but we also kind of alternate sometimes with the flight attendant when we need something a little lighter.
Oh, I've
The
never seen it.
first season was very effervescent and fun. The second
Mm,
season is maybe not as fun. I mean, when I say effervescent and fun, I also mean that like she's an alcoholic and people are like murdered in bed next to her and she's framed and like,
right.
it's not like I don't know, My Little Pony. But it is like she's funny in the role and very lovable or likable. And so we've been kind of swapping back and forth with like Sopranos, the pit, and the flight attendant, kind of depending on what the mood is in the
Uh,
evening.
right.
And then I have been slowly but surely working my way through Interview with the Vampire. I
Yeah.
kind of had a hard time getting into the second season. So I've
Mm,
been a little like, "Mwah," but I just watched an episode of the second season that is like, bar none, one of the best episodes of television I have seen in I don't even know how long.
which one? Which one?
It was the one where he's looking back at the time that they did the interview in San Francisco and
Mm-hmm.
what happened and their
Mm-mm.
memories of it.
Oh, see. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it starts out you start out one place thinking like, "Yeah, I know the story. I know what happens." And over the course of the episode, I don't wanna give too much away,
Right.
you realize that something totally different has happened.
Right.
And the writers had to have known that from the very first episode, more or less, and
Right.
been building to that, like, little tiny brick by brick, little tiny brick by brick until it's like a, "Wait a second, what happened?" And it, like, just explodes everything, and I was like, holy shit. Like, it was such good writing, and it was, like, the long con, and I was
Right.
like,
Right.
it's been a long time since I've watched something where, like, there's been a real sort
A
of
surprise.
yeah, like Chekhov's
Yeah.
gun, like, you kinda see something
Right.
in the beginning, and I even remember when we were watching this, like, the kinda later in the first season, and, Ted had recently read Interview with the Vampire, and he was like, "This is not how I remember Armand at all." I was like, "Well, they had to make him older because otherwise that's gross."
Right.
And, yeah, I know, he seems nicer somehow, and
E
so, yeah, I was just like, "Holy shit." And then I went back and
Yeah.
watched the episode again because I was like, "I need to, like, really revel in this moment before I continue on."
Right.
But, yeah, I was
Yeah.
so impressed with how they wrote it and let that unfold that it was just
Yeah.
like Jeff's kiss.
I can't, or as Kevin Smith says, oh, that's what you said, Jeff's kiss.
Jeff's
Sorry,
kiss. Yeah,
Jeff's kiss.
as Kevin Smith says.
As Kevin Smith says. Yeah, I'm excited because they're already doing promos last year for. Yeah, that's gonna be good. I think it
Yeah,
also helps me that they're both fine. Like
yeah.
everyone's gorgeous.
Everyone's gorgeous.
They're good actors, but also
Yeah,
everyone's fantastic to look at.
yeah,
So that helps me a lot. And I'm just
yeah.
like, hell yeah, this is Lestat. Like,
Yeah,
there's no
oh
other
my
Lestat.
god,
This is Lestat.
it is totally
The
him.
best.
Yeah,
The
like,
best.
charismatic, handsome, multilingual, and, like, you buy
Oh,
it, like
his body,
yeah,
so good.
yeah, so good, so good.
So good. I'm so happy that you're
Yeah,
on that. So
so
when we can talk about it when it comes out this
yeah,
year, next year, this year.
I think it must be this year.
I think
And
it's
then
this year. Yeah.
I also watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of The Beast in Me, which
What's
is
that?
Claire Danes, and she plays a writer,
Oh,
and the guy from The Americans who's married
oh,
to
CC.
anyhow, yeah.
Curly
Um,
girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
like, and then he's like this asshole billionaire or whatever who lives next door, and like kind of this creepy relationship and like writing assignment that unfolds between them. And I have liked it, but that's I'm the only one in this house that is into it.
What is that streaming on? Because I've seen the promos for it.
Netflix.
Oh,
Netflix.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's, like, seems
It's
like right up my alley.
Yeah, I have enjoyed it so far. I'm way too scattered across way too many things right now. I don't usually like to do that. I kind of like to focus on one thing. But like
Right,
then
right,
I was
right.
flying because I went to Vegas.
Oh,
Vegas.
yeah, Vegas,
And big
baby.
ups to Connor and Stormy. And I was like, what am I gonna watch on the plane? And I was like, I don't want to watch Interview with a Vampire. It's too special. It needs to be on the
No,
big
that's
screen.
just so no, I need to be
Yeah.
alone in my
Yeah.
home,
So
in my
I was
room.
so I was like, beast in me, I guess. So yeah, I'm just sort of skipping around. But I feel like lately I went through a real slump where I was like not
There's
really seeing
nothing
anything
right,
that was
same,
blowing my skirt up.
right.
And like I still have not yet watched. I know somebody's gonna revoke my card. I have not yet watched the new Game of Thrones universe series,
Oh,
but
I
I've
watched a
heard it's
little of it.
phenomenal.
I heard it's phenomenal too, but I just been so busy. I'm solo
Yeah.
parenting. It's been like 2 weeks, and I just been da, 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 da,
Yeah.
and any Game of Thrones, any in the canon of Game of Thrones, I can't be washing dishes. I can't be
No, no.
cooking.
I gotta
I
savor
need
it.
I need to there's so many things that are gonna happen, just like industry. I can't do other things. Like
Yeah.
these are the ones that you have to watch because a lot of stuff happens that you have to catch visually. No one's saying
Yeah.
it. It's a glimmer in the eye. It's a look. It's so many things like that. So you
Yeah.
can't do that with that. But I've heard so many great things. And every time I see something on my time, I'm like, "Ugh, I don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah,
But
totally.
like
Nope.
the best finale, I'm like, "Ugh." Nope, nope.
Same.
Not at all,
Same.
not at all. You're not
Yeah.
gonna mess it up for me.
Yeah. But
But yeah, I definitely
soon.
wanna do that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let me know, text me, let me know, like, "Oh, I'm
Okay.
in,
We can do it for the
I'm
next one,
in."
but we can watch the episodes and compare together.
Yeah, yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Um, Shrinking, you don't watch Shrinking?
I don't. I've heard it's great.
I love it.
Okay.
If there's a show there's 2 shows that I'm gonna mention right now that are my, like when the world is burning all around,
Which is
it's
kind of 24/7 right now.
right. These are my go-tos. Like, I look forward. I think Shrinking comes out every Wednesday or Thursday. I forget which one. I
Okay.
just finished Bridgerton. I don't like when Netflix puts all of them out.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
back into the weekly thing. I like to
Yeah.
savor it, think about it. Da, da. Bridgerton, no high stakes. No high
Yeah.
stakes. Just lovely stuff. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Just
Uh-huh.
lovely stuff. Great storytelling, great costumes. You get to hear versions of some of your favorite songs in orchestra. Like, you know, it is what it is. And we love it. And so that's great. I just finished that. I stayed up till like 1 in the morning because I was like, I need to know how it finishes. And then Shrinking. I mean,
Mhm.
acting is amazing. I'm laughing, I'm crying. It's beautiful. It's the real good feel good that actually really is real good feel good, and
Uh-huh.
I recommend it all around on Apple TV.
Okay. Yeah, that's those are definitely, especially Shrinking, one I really want to get into.
I think you'll
I've
love it.
heard that Bridgerton is sort of effervescent and nice, and so I
That for
should,
sure is.
yeah, I
Yeah.
should check that out.
Easy breezy, maybe you get sick and you're just like, "I can't concentrate, but let me just get something, that's gonna entertain me."
Mhm.
And those are the ones. Those are the ones.
Are you also in the I have not yet seen Heated Rivalry Club?
Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. I was like, "I'm not gonna see that shit." I was just like, "There's no way." Because when
Uh-huh.
the hype started coming, I was like, "There's no
Yeah.
way. I don't need to see that." And you always, as I'm watching my other shows on HBO, that comes up, and I was like, "I'm cool."
Yeah.
What gratuitous gay sex? Like I had no idea. And then I don't know what happened. I was like, there was nothing. It was in between shows. Nothing
Uh-huh.
had started or something like that. And I was watching it while I was cooking, and I was just like, okay. And then hooked. And then crying, amazing acting. What is happening? Who are these unknowns that are gonna blow out the stratosphere. And now I'm like, you have to watch Heated Rivalry.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah, like
recommend.
a lot of the 2 things that I heard about it was early on is like, "Oh yeah, there's so much like smashing going on." And I was like, "Is it titillating or is it good?"
It's
And
good. It is so
and
good.
so
You
yeah,
just
and I
like
was like, "Okay, good."
it's a book written by a woman. Like it's so universal, and when you watch it, I think you'll understand why you see on timelines straight men watching it and be like going like excited, like it, because it's written by a woman. It's not this gratuitous just to do it. It's like you see the evolution of something and the way they tell the story. It's lovely. It is so
Oh, that's
lovely.
great.
And when you it's just all it is. Love story.
Uh-huh.
It's a love story, forbidden love
Great.
story.
Great. Great.
I can't wait. I'm excited to see because you're a person that's watching it so deep. Like home Connor's story was just on SNL. Like
Mhm.
the rockets have launched. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
interesting
the
to see
rockets have launched.
what you would think because
Uh-huh.
you've heard so much hype. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, okay.
I
Well,
forgot
the
about that one.
the only other thing that I wanna mention is, every once in a while we talk about books.
See, see, see.
I am in the middle. I'm going to talk more. I talked, I think maybe last time or the time before about A Court of Thorn and Roses, and
Mm-hmm.
for my ACOTAR ladies and gents out there, don't worry, we'll talk more about this next time because I still have like a couple. There's a couple more books floating around out there that I haven't read yet. But right now, I am in the grips of Dungeon Crawler Carl, and
Oh.
this is a series of books. I have described it to people as Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy meets the Hunger Games.
Oh.
And it has that sort of like whimsical, weird sense of humor, but it's like totally brutal and everybody dies. And it's all about Carl and his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut,
Hmm.
and how they survive like a sort of world-ending event on Earth that that ends up resulting in them be and all the other survivors, the initial like few million people or whatever who survive, they're forced to compete in like a dungeon to the death
Oh.
and fight each other and fight monsters and do things like that. And there are like levels. I don't even remember offhand how many levels there are. 9 levels, 10 levels. And each level is basically a book. And
Oh.
so I am currently on 5. No, I'm on 4. I'm almost done with 4.
How
And
many levels did you say?
I think that there's like 9 or 10. There
Oh.
might be more. I think there's 9 or 10 levels. He's said that like he was kind of thinking it would be a 10 book series, but he doesn't really know.
Oh.
And like every book is they're consistent. It's not like, oh, like there was one that I was like, it was so complicated, I didn't understand it, but it was still great. And not only that, but it's like this never happens with books. Me and like 4 other friends locally are all super into it and reading it at the same time. And so
That's
we're
amazing.
like duking it out over who can get the next one at the library first. And then like, and then I get it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm still half a book behind you. So you take it and you read it. And then, and
Community.
we're like, oh, I got to the part where this happened. And like somebody who read the first one and liked it, but then was like, he was like, well, I heard there were other books. We're like, you got to read the other books. And now he's like, holy shit, these are amazing. And so we're like, and like, one of the group, somebody, her boyfriend got her a t-shirt that's like, that's a donut, the cat. And like, we are in the clutches of Dungeon Crawler Carl right now. And
That's
so
amazing.
I highly recommend it to people, especially if you're into like tabletop games, D&D. I've heard RuneScape. I don't really know what that is, but apparently it's sort of RuneScapey, and it's funny, and it's also like, ugh. In fact, I asked one of our postcard and bitches, Leslie, I said,
Oh,
"Did you read Dungeon Crawler Carl?" Because I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so right up her alley." And she was like, "Yeah, but I couldn't reconcile the
oh,
brutality." Oh,
sorry.
is that
Phone call.
is it the White House?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah. um, and she was like, I couldn't reconcile the brutality with the humor. Couldn't do it. So,
Oh.
yeah. So it's really great. Highly recommend it to anyone. There's like, at least as far as the person who's a book ahead of me, she said the book 5 is great.
Hmm.
So, like, we're still going. I think that there's maybe 7 of them available. Then we're gonna have to wait. The next one comes out in May. So,
Oh,
but
it's gonna go
also
by fast.
he also churns them out to the tune of like 2 a year. So God bless
Oh,
him.
wow.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, he
wow.
cranks. And he had
How many pages is each about?
they're huge. They're like
Oh,
doorstops.
shoot.
And
Whoa.
so he started out, he wrote the first couple of them and like sort of published them in like a like writers online forum, and people were like, "Dude, you need to publish these." So he self-published on Amazon, got like swooped up in a huge deal by some other publisher, and
Love
he
that.
was like, "Well, great news. I already have like the first 3 written." And he's like, I read an interview with him and he said he's like, "All right, 12 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week." Like that's all he does.
Shit.
So,
Voracious writer.
I know,
Wow.
and it's so nice. George R. R. Martin, looking at you, motherfucker.
I
It's
know.
so nice to be like in a series where he's like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna keep writing this until I like can't write it no more." So yes, Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. God damn it, donut.
I
There
just
you go.
looked up Donut the cat from Dungeon Crawler. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, yeah.
And the cover art is great. They're also turning it into a TV show. And
Animated
I
or
don't know. I hope not, because part of the enjoyment of it is the absurdity of
uh,
these
uh,
things that attack them, and like it just wouldn't be the same, I guess. So
yeah,
like animated would be great, but it just wouldn't be the same. So I'm hoping that it's
right.
IRL and they need like some big strapping bohunk to be Carl, and they need Princess Donut to be Princess Donut, and all the whole cast of characters. You see them in one book, and then like you hear about them, but then you see them 2 books later, and it's really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at the covers. The covers are great. I
Oh,
could
the
probably
cover
put it
art
in
is
the
great.
thing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And I love that you have like a community right there. And
Yeah.
that's community. You're like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not done with this one. You take it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You go for it. Da-da-da-da. Like I love that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, thank you so much, Ti. We did it.
We
We
did
had
it.
a couple of creepsters. I don't know if they're creepsters. They're just, I don't know what they gain. I think they do this to every live. But we had some people come in the chat.
You know, it's been a long time since anyone has said, "Hey ma'am, you are very sexy." So I
Like
just
you
have to
killed it
say,
with the ma'am. You killed it with the ma'am.
yeah, you were
Hot
doing
tip for
so
next
good.
time. Just say, hey, you're very sexy. Take out the ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
I know
And
it's appropriate. Thank you. Chivalry is not dead, but
yeah.
take it out.
Well, this was super fun. We should do this again soon.
Every time. We're going to do this every time. Next time we'll have more notice for the people so they can be up in here. Maybe
Yeah.
some friends can harass. But this was fun. This was great.
Yes.
So yeah. The nerd out. That's
The
it.
nerd out.
Yeah.
Peace out, nerds.
Peace out, nerds. Let me see, how do I stop it without stopping the... Are we still live?